Welcome back to the Navy Sports Magazine show presented by Navy Federal Credit Union. Navy Federal Credit Union is a proud supporter of Navy athletics. I'm now joined by Navy men's cross country star, Matt Newell. Matt, thank you so much for your time.
Hey Tim, thanks for having me.
All right, Matt, you come from Columbus and the whole family follows you here to the yard. What was it about the Naval Academy that really sold you and your siblings?
So we come from a Navy family, so that might have been part of it. My father was in the Navy, my grandfather was in the Navy, but certainly didn't expect to join the Navy. Um, in high school, I thought I was just going to go to IU or just a normal state school. Got a letter in the mail though. Naval Academy is interested in recruiting you. Took a look, said no way. Took another look, said okay, sign me up. So here we are, and then I guess my sisters just followed suit. So
Why'd you say no way at first?
no way at first. Um, I don't know. I think when I was younger, I think I just had my reservations about the military, just a misconception that maybe it would be a restriction on my lifestyle, on my future ambitions. But as I did more research and as I really did some more soul searching into what kind of career interests me in the future, I think that's when it really started to make more sense to come here. So just a change of heart. Initially, no way, but definitely now I find this is my place. So
You mentioned how early on you thought it might close some doors for you. Where have you seen the Naval Academy, on the contrary, open doors for you and really set you up well, not just to thrive as a student, but especially as an athlete?
yeah, so to speak first on the academics, I was not a great student when I first showed up. Grades just weren't there. Never really considered myself much of an academic. Didn't really do too well in high school. But the academy really kind of took things for me and flipped them on its head. Really pushed me to develop myself academically. Now in the future, it's becoming more feasible for me to attend grad school. We're looking at Harvard, Stanford, MIT. That would never happen if I hadn't, had the opportunities that the academy's given me to grow in that area. I think in terms of performance on the sports side, I definitely have developed just looking at the stats. Dropped seconds off my mile time, seconds off. I mean, probably minutes off of my 8K time in cross country. So Coach Lanzel's training's been phenomenal. Um, you know, there's an argument that can be made that walking around in the dress shoes, doing all the military stuff is going to hamper your capacity to perform at your very best and really tap into your true potential. But once you get in the thick of it here, you start to realize that's not true at all. You can make the most out of this opportunity and still find ways to compete with the very best. And we saw that last year with Murphy Smith, placing All-American on the big stage, beating all the big names. So Navy on his chest doesn't really matter. So Navy will give you everything and more that you need to succeed.
It certainly did that for you. I mean, you yourself are coming off a second team All-Patriot League nod last year. What do you think you really unlocked in your abilities last fall?
Yeah, so I think it was a bit of a mindset shift. It was a bit easy initially to call myself kind of a middle distance, one trick pony, just run the mile, run the half mile, stick on the track on the Oval Office. And, when it came to the grass, I was a bit intimidated by the distance, intimidated by, 8K is such a big jump from 1 mile, which is my bread and butter. And then you talk 10K when you get into the NCAA tournament. So once I really shifted my mindset and convinced myself that the longer distance I could still succeed at, that's when the results followed suit. So really bridging the gap between first, like as cliche as it is, like believing in your capability, I think is what sealed the deal for me.
So was it this transformation that made little sister come follow you, or how'd that come about?
Uh, I honestly don't know. I thought that going to the Naval Academy, it'd be the last place that family would follow me. I thought I'd get away from these two, but I think, I'm not going to speak for them, but they must have liked what they saw in my first year coming here, and it must have certainly inspired them, I guess, is they probably wouldn't like that I said that I inspired them, but maybe they found some inspiration and just wanted to be a part of this because the academy, I mean, you can talk about it all day, but it really is a great opportunity, and it's not the white picket fence kind of life. And I think some people, they don't want to live the white picket fence life. They want the adventure, they want the purpose, and the academy is a great place. And we all come from the same cloth. I mean, all grew up under the same house, so we're probably all the same type of person who really wants to thrive in this environment.
Well, man, I don't know what either MIT or Stanford or Harvard is going to get out of you, but you might have a future just selling the Naval Academy if you want that to be
Uh,
a full-time role for you. This year, what's driving you? What's inspiring you as you look to continue to put together a strong season your senior year?
yeah, I mean, um, my philosophy is always going to be just leave it all out there, just do your best and forget the rest. And I've seen guys when they hang up the spikes and after their final senior year, I've seen them, tearing up. And I think those tears, it comes from two different reasons. There's the group of guys who are just, so sad to leave the sport because they love it and they love it so much that leaving it, it's a heartbreak. But I think there's another group that maybe they just realize that they left something out there, and that stings a bit harder. And I think that's one thing that's my goal, is not to be in that group. I want to leave the sport loving it, and that's why I'll be crying when I do. And so it's pretty simple, just working hard, everything I can do in my power that goes from food, sleep, uh, just stay on top of everything, and I'll be a happy man when I get out of here. I mean, even if we can talk goals, even if I'm an All-American, even if I break the school records here, even if that doesn't happen, as long as I left it all out there for my boys here, and for all the people who want Navy to succeed, I think that'd be an excellent last season for me.
Well, you get a chance this weekend to get it done on home turf. How special is that for you to have in your senior season?
Yeah, I mean, we talk about the Cantello invite, and we talk about Coach Cantello, quite a legacy that he left behind, and it still is in the DNA of our program and of our team. And so every time we have the opportunity to get on that course, we work out on that course, we bleed on that course. It's a privilege, and I think we take it with all seriousness every time. So excited for the new guys who are stepping onto the scene, make a name for themselves, and it's always a great opportunity to compete.
Awesome. Matt, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate talking to you and best of luck this weekend.
Thank you. Much appreciated.
You have been listening to the Navy Sports Magazine Show presented by Navy Federal Credit Union. Navy Federal Credit Union is a proud supporter of Navy athletics.